I don't know. It's already like 2021 and all, but for some reason, people are already back at those challenges. But I'm not gonna lie, this Bussy challenge for some reason just has a way of massaging my good side because I do love big butts and I cannot lie. But before I can continue with that, we have a new series, so we should start it the proper way.
And we want to welcome all y'all to Fan of a Fan, and this is strictly only for the fans.
All right. So for those of y'all that didn't know, Battle of the Sexes, sorry, not Break Time on our side, but Battle of the Sexes and Tweet Street are on break for these current 2 weeks. So I figured I should bring in a series that can cover for the holiday period, quote unquote. And thus, this series known as Fan of a Fan was created because I realized a lot of my listeners, quite a number of my friends, my listeners, my fans, if I can make it sound any better, did actually want to kind of come onto the show and contribute to the creative process in one way or another. So this is the first episode, and because this is my first time, I figured I should do it with someone who I know very well, because that's how we do it when we get to the bedroom and shit. And I decided to bring back the shit talker extraordinaire, Mr. Njuguna Makau. Please say hi to the people.
All right, thank you very much. My name is Njuguna Makau, loudmouth from Nairobi. What else is there to say? You can find me on Twitter at Njuguna Makau. Other than that, I am a fan of the show, definitely a fan of Denver. Yeah, let's get it going.
Yeah, plus you've been one of the most consistent contributors to the show in terms of the creative process, because when we're doing the minisodes, I think we've done about 3-4 episodes with you.
Yeah.
And we did a Tweet Street episode together. Actually, the longest episode I have as of yet. So yeah, he's someone that I've definitely been doing a lot with. Just don't think of it the wrong way. But anyways, we should get back to that Bussy challenge. My goodness.
Let me tell you right
now.
First of all, I appreciate men who can do gay jokes, and it's not awkward.
Yeah.
Moving on very quickly. Bussy challenge.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Everyone who has participated in the Bussy challenge, thank you. Thank you for making 2021 a better year. Thank you.
Yes. I wholeheartedly side with that. I am giving you my absolute thanks as a podcaster and as a representative of Break Time on West Side and its many listeners. Thank you, whoever it is that started up the Bussy challenge and all. Like, people have been showing booty, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been there for it, and I've enjoyed every single booty that I've looked at, except for some grandmothers. And there was that supposed guy that you were talking about the other time.
Man, there's that. I personally, I'm not okay. Of course, I appreciate a level of bootiness to a person, but I'm not really a booty person. But this challenge, hey, I am very happy with this challenge. And for the dudes who are participating in this challenge, please stop.
Don't.
Please stop.
Just don't.
Please stop.
Like, I've always had a problem with people hopping onto challenges that don't necessarily work for them. So like the Don't Rush challenge was like a woman's thing because curfew came in, Corona was there, people couldn't go out. So they figured, let me dress up and put on makeup and look good, at least for the camera, even though I'm not going out on dates or going out to the club. That one made sense. And when guys hopped on it, I was like, it's not really your place to do it because that's kind of not how guys do it. But, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with dressing up. But you look at the WAP challenge when everyone was doing that whole dance to Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion's song. I saw guys doing it. And in as much as I'm comfortable with my sexuality, if I see someone with a cap shaking booty and it's jiggling, and then I realize it's a guy, I suddenly feel a little bit cringed because it's like, wait, I looked at a nigga's ass in like the wrong way. You get me?
Yeah, I get you. Absolutely. And for me, I'd say this, for non-straight dudes, do you, whatever you want, But for now, Now we're on to straight dudes, yeah? Just leave that challenge to women, man. Just leave it. Just leave it. We're there to see amazing, amazing booty being busted on our screens, yeah? And
Yeah.
there's this cringy dude who's in chains and grills and man, no.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was in chains and a grill and I think a wife beater, and it wasn't even the best of dress ups for a challenge. He didn't even look that good because let's be honest, the dudes who dressed very well,
Yes.
and we have to clap for them
Yes.
because they cover for us who do not dress good all the time. But
No, we dress good. We just don't dress good for other people. The good is just enough for us.
always.
Yeah, and when you look at the whole Basset challenge, like it made sense for the shorties. Like, shake the booty. We love the booty. Like that's what we're about. And even the people that don't like the booty appreciate the challenge because shorties be doing the most and everything. But I have to admit one thing though. There is this huge misconception that most of these women have ass, and the problem is with the positioning that they've put their bodies in whenever they're doing that Basset challenge. Ooh, people are being lied
It's
to.
all about the angles, though. Everything is about angles. Literally, everything is about the angles. Just put you may not have a big ass, but where you put the camera, it is
Exactly.
into the eyes.
Yeah, and I'm not even gonna lie. Like, what is it for? Like the past 3 days, this morning included. So this morning, yesterday, day before yesterday, and all. I was looking at Basset Challenge, and I'm like, yo, I might end up starting to send cows as like my dowry to Europe and shit, sending them to the States and shit. And most of these babes, it's not like they really have booty, because I am a bit of a booty connoisseur. Yes, I like to observe the derriere of the female. And the thing is, I will look at an ass and I'll know whether an ass is big or small, even from the front. Like I can kind of decipher the size of the booty even before I see it. So when I saw Basset Challenge at first, I was like, that looks nice, that looks nice. Then at some point I was like, you know what? These booties aren't even that big. It's just the way they've positioned themselves in a squat position.
Yeah.
And I will admit, people on the internet are beautiful. Let's just get that one straight. That's one really good thing with this challenge. But people are gonna be lied to that there's booty over there. Like for us Africans, we have a different idea of what a big booty is. And I don't want us to start thinking that, the idea is the same everywhere. So, if you don't got a big booty, there's nothing wrong with you not doing the Basset challenge. It's okay. We'll appreciate you with your assling, your very tiny booty.
You don't have to participate in every challenge. I mean,
Facts.
there are very few people who have everything. Very few people.
Although, actually, yeah, just moving it on. The other thing that I noticed about that Bust It Up challenge is there's a lot of fine babes that are using too much makeup. Like, just call it personal preference, but I've seen a lot of fine babes, as in they're really good looking, nice, cute. They can even have like them chubby cheeks and everything, and I love how cute they look. Then all of a sudden, when they go down for like the second part of like the Bust It challenge, all of a sudden it's like people have this striking makeup, and I'm not saying that the makeup's bad or anything, but it's like it looks sharp, it looks pointy. You look like a pointy human being.
Yeah, it's sort of like a
like help me scratch a bit on my back.
Yeah, it's like the other challenge that we had last year. The don't touch. So this is just basically
Don't rush.
The don't rush challenge. It's an upgrade of the don't rush challenge with booty involved.
Exactly. Exactly. But so far, I would say, people online are beautiful. Like, let's just say that to kind of close things off. People are beautiful, but let's not be lied to. Not everyone has ass. If you want to know what a real booty is, it has to move a little bit later than the pelvis does, as they're busy trying to shake it. And one last thing that, we should probably just gloss over. These women have been lying to us about their knees. Their knees can take a hell of a lot more beating, and they cannot last the 4 strokes and then start complaining that the kneecaps have overheated. Hapo there, apana.
The kneecaps need to be a whole different discussion, my friend, because we need to discuss the kneecaps different on a total different forum. Because
right, so we should probably put like a reminder for that. Then the next time it's me and you will probably discuss the kneecaps.
All right, no problem. Let's make sure we bust them kneecaps.
All right, so let's move it on to our main topic of today, though. So you know the Kanye West story that came out. You know, much as the US has been going through quite a bit, there was a Kanye West story that came out, and it was involving his divorce, and apparently, it was alleged that he was sleeping with a male makeup beauty star. You know, if I'm not wrong in his definition, called Jeffree Star. And the thing is, gobbled up that story. Like even news outlets and like Kina TMZ, the big blog sites and everything had hopped onto this whole thing, and people were actually asking for like comments on it. And the truth of the matter is that story was one, fake, and two, it was actually made up by some girl on TikTok called Ava Louise or something. And I'm not gonna lie, it was an interesting story to hear, but the problem is, these are the kind of lies that end up ruining people's lives, in a sense. Yeah, so I don't know. I was looking at it and I was asking myself, how the hell is it that people are like into taking up fake news? Because when you look at a lot of the fake news that's come out of late, there was the Amber Heard Johnny Depp story, where Amber Heard came out, made it look like she was the victim out of all of this. Much as it was more of a divorce case, it still ended up hurting Johnny Depp in the long run. Now a story like this, yeah,
Just for that case specifically, it's a much, much, much deeper case because Johnny Depp lost a lot over false accusations.
literally
He
everything,
lost
literally
everything. In
everything.
fact, I think there's a very big movie franchise. If I'm not wrong, I think it's the new installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean. If I'm not wrong,
Yeah.
but he lost a bunch of movie deals because of these accusations. And the funny thing
Exactly.
is, when now it came to light that Amber Heard was actually the abusive one, the media went mum.
Quiet.
Silence.
Yeah. Besides that one, there was there was one that was quashed very, very quickly. There was one about Justin Bieber where some babe had claimed that Justin Bieber had, I don't know, sexually harassed her. And that story got killed really, really quickly because it
Because he
came out on
sued.
Twitter.
He sued her ass.
One, because he sued, and two, this guy produced receipts from that moment because it was from like a year and a half prior. And this guy went and produced the receipts stat. I don't know who the hell manages his PR. I don't know who the hell his PR team is, but this guy managed that shit stat. And in like 24 hours, that story had picked up and died quick. But he was one of the lucky ones. And you look at how a lot of these so-called relationship stories have actually ended up messing quite a lot of people. And for some reason, it's like people are gonna continue making stories, and then you're gonna end up losing in the long run as a guy, as someone in the relationship, simply because there's one story that's come out and people don't want to verify shit. Because it's incredibly annoying. Because now imagine Kanye wants to go and make up another album, and this guy is trying to post it up. This guy has to guard his mental health as well, because not only is he gonna get backlash because of people who will criticize his work as a musician, as an artist, and as a creative, but he is going to have to deal with all the people that are asking him if he enjoyed banging Jeffree Star.
Yes. I think
if he likes white nigga booty though.
The example is solid, but the context is shit because and I don't know whether we are cussing on this one, but the
Oh yeah, you can.
is absolute shit because Kanye West thrives on such news. He thrives on such drama. They love this kind of press. That's why when I saw the story, to be honest, I ignored it.
Yeah.
If it was anybody else, let's say someone who we know is like a super straight family guy, yeah?
Right, let's say, okay, who is it that's getting divorced recently? That looks to be the okay. Let's assume that it was someone who's been known for like a lot of good things, and he's like a proper family man. Take for example Jay-Z.
Even better, Kevin Hart.
Yeah, Kevin Hart would really, really suffer for such.
Exactly. Kevin Hart would face some backlash. And I mean, they live in a very liberal country.
Yeah.
But there would still be some mild backlash. If it was in a country like this, yo,
You're getting cancelled by like a certain half of the entire population, because the funny thing is, in Kenya, it's not illegal to be a part of the LGBT, but it is illegal to be a part of the LGBT. Like, there's a certain gray line that they can kind of dance on, where it's like, as long as you're not doing it in front of us and we don't see you, then it's okay. It's kind of like, the whole weed thing. It's illegal, yes, but as long as no one sees you doing it, then you're probably gonna do it, and you're gonna survive perfectly normally. You get?
And let me tell you, yeah, the reason why they really don't chase these cases as such, and you find that most of these anti-LGBT cases are just, some weird funny cases, is because we have a lot of senior LGBT members in this country, but because of the hypocrisy that comes with being Kenyan and being part of a religious country, they could never out themselves. They'd rather die than out themselves. So even if this case goes to the High Court, it will take years and years before they decriminalize gay sex, because gay sex technically is illegal in Kenya. You could be arrested and taken to jail for that.
Yeah, but only if you're caught.
Only if you're caught.
Closeted niggas still get to win.
Yeah, but back to fabricated stories. These stories are incredibly dangerous, and more so, maybe from the guy's perspective, the problem is for us, you are largely guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah, actually, the person that gets to control the story is a person that like went and leaked the information, and even though the information is false, whoever you are, if you're implicated there, even though you come out and say that it's false, it's not like people will believe you up until there's like 3, 4, 5, maybe even up to 10 accounts that come out saying that this was an untrue story.
Yeah.
I honestly think that's maybe bad. Like, I get it.
Let's take it. There is fake stories, then there is delayed retribution. Right?
Yeah.
So, in your younger self, you did something stupid. And let's agree. People, when they're young, they do a lot of stupid shit because they are young.
Yes.
That's what young people do, generally. Stupid shit, right? So in your young days, you do stupid shit, which is like 5-6 years ago. I can tell you for a fact, I am not who I was 5 years ago. At all.
True.
Right?
But the internet
always remembers.
Will still remember. Yeah. It will still remember.
So 5 years ago, I said something sexist. I said something homophobic. I said something blah, blah, blah. But right now, I'm not. I've changed. My perspective has changed. But do they care? No. You have a problem with Sam? Go back 5 years, pick something up, come here, say Sam is a crap person because he said this, and that tanks the reputation. And they do it by the. And if you look at KOT especially, that bitter KOT, they will go and email your boss.
Yeah. Kenyans on Twitter actually, well, they can be very bitter if actually pushed to that level. Because it's like, you remember there was this story that came out, I think it was end 2019, where some babe was talking about how she had taken her baby to the ex, who was the current baby daddy, and apparently him and his mother and his sister actually assaulted the baby, and she had to take the baby to Karen Hospital so that he could get looked at and get checked out, because apparently he had been bruised and he had gone through quite a lot of physical trauma.
And she was at the ICU overnight, right? It's that story.
Yeah, it was that story. And she even when she took a supposed picture with a supposed doctor and uploaded it online and said, oh, this guy helped me so much, he was such a good guy, blah, blah, blah. And it took 48 hours before people actually started getting the true side of that story. And the truth of the matter is, this babe fabricated everything, top to bottom. All of it was fabricated. And the worst part about it is, it's not like this guy's reputation will ever fully be the same.
It never recovers.
Yeah, it'll never really recover. So I think in the long run...
always remember this, yeah? Always remember this. that people have a negative bias. It means that between a positive story and a negative story, people are more likely to be attracted to the negative story. It's just that simple. So, a small rumor about you, especially if you've had, let's say, an untainted reputation, and then people hear that, oh, we have a small story that Sam might have, blah, blah, blah. Yo, that story will get millions of views because people love such stories.
Yeah. Yeah. To a pretty big level, that's actually true. And the worst part about it is, like, usually I'd come in with like a conclusion and say, all right, so in this case, you should do A, B, C, D. But to be honest, I don't even know how to like preserve yourself from such an issue. Ideally, the only thing I can say is, try and make sure you don't get into shit. Always have receipts, and just hope that your name isn't implicated, because even though you have both receipts and a fairly good reputation in the real world, it's gonna be very hard for you to kind of defend yourself, especially when it's someone else controlling the narrative. You get, like, at this point, I don't even know if I can really give such a conclusion.
I'd say there are two ways of concluding it. There is the personal responsibility side of it, which you just mentioned, that you need to be extremely aware of what might happen to you as a person. And then the other side is, to you who's listening, try and get the other side of the story. Because more often than not, there's always a different side of the story. Listen to it, then make your judgment.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe I can also add on, always look for the news from authentic places. And if there's no like real authentic side to really look at, it's not like the Sun will cover everything. It's not like you'll get every story on the Guardian and shit. Make sure you confirm that story from as many sources as possible. Get as many sides to the story, and then just find the more logical side to it, to be honest. But anyways, I want to know your thoughts on this. How is it that you guys kind of find out the truth to a story that you see online? Is it that you go to one source, or are there a couple of true sources that you like to look through? You can hit us up on the IG at Breaktime on Westside. On Facebook, you can also hit us up at Breaktime on Westside. And on Twitter, you can slide into my personal DMs at Bagaka the D. Thank you so much for listening all the way till the end. Thank you so much, Njuguna Makau, for hopping on to this episode.
It's a pleasure.
If you're listening through Castbox, make sure you drop your comments there, and I will attend to them accordingly. And I will catch you guys on the next break. Take care.